Hello, colleagues. I am joined again by Kate, who is from the Food Boss, as you well know. And we're going to be talking about getting your energy levels up before returning to work, because what we're seeing over the last few weeks and months is people going back into the workplace, and we want to support you and give you the nutritional information you need to make it as easy as possible transitioning from home back to work. So hello, Kate. Thank you for joining me again today.
Hi, Susie. Oh, very delighted to be back.
I know, we haven't done one of these for ages. Hurrah!
I know, it's exciting, isn't it?
So we have 3 videos in this series. We're going to be kicking off with energy. I think that's the one that's most important to start with, isn't it? Because a lot of us have been at home for so long. We need to kickstart our energy levels and get us ready for taking on more than we've been doing over the past, year for some people. So let's talk about how we actually get our energy levels up and what we need to do.
Yeah, absolutely. So energy is a big thing. It's what we need every day that keeps us going, that gets us out of bed and kind of gets us going through the day. But actually, as you mentioned, our days have massively changed. So one of the big things that I tend to see quite a lot is people not having like a regular eating pattern. And this is something that you'll need to think about, because actually your eating pattern at home is probably going to be different to your eating pattern at work. So it's firstly just having a think about when you return to work, when are your breaks going to be roughly? Do you know? Can you make sure that you can be organized for when they're going to be? And actually the biggest bit of advice that I can give you is to ensure that you do eat regularly throughout the day. So what we tend to see as nutritionists is that the longer you go without food, the hungrier you get, which means you tend to then eat foods that might not be as highly nutritious as you want, because you're not thinking straight because you're really hungry. And actually, the longer that goes throughout the day, when you get to the evening, it's very likely for you to overconsume food, which might leave you feeling really sluggish, going to bed feeling kind of not that great, and it could interrupt your sleep. So try to have regular either small meals or 3 meals and a few snacks throughout the day to maintain those energy levels. And what that should lead to is then in the evening, you will have a standard kind of dinner that you would normally have, and it won't lead to kind of over excessive snacking.
And does that link to your energy in any way?
Absolutely, yeah. So hydration's another big thing. Obviously, our bodies are made up of over 75% water. So it's really important that whilst you're thinking about when you're going to eat throughout the day, you're also thinking about how hydrated you are. So it's also a really good thing to remember that it's not just water. A lot of people don't like the taste of water, and I get it. Like, it's boring. It can be boring. So include things like herbal teas, like sugar-free squashes. You can infuse your water bottle, particularly in the summertime, with things like mint and cucumber and even some frozen berries. Make sure that you're consistently drinking throughout the day to ensure that you're hydrated, because actually not only can it cause a dip in our energy levels, but it can also cause a lack of concentration. When we're going back to work, we're going to really need to be concentrating in a different way than we have been over the last 12 months.
Definitely. And what about any vitamins? I know we've done some videos previously on vitamin supplements. What would you recommend that people take?
Yeah, absolutely. So the big one here is vitamin D. I talk about it all the time, and I'm going to continue to talk about it. So vitamin D is linked really heavily with our mood. And obviously we know just from personal experience, as well as there is evidence to support this as well, that when we're feeling kind of down and in a low mood, our energy levels aren't going to be great. So we do need to continue to supplement with vitamin D. You can either have a weekly dose or a daily dose. The daily dose should be around 10 micrograms. And you can get that through a tablet or a spray if you're not keen on taking a tablet, and I can share the links of where you can buy those. So vitamin D is also linked to a deficiency in vitamin D, can be linked to fatigue. So we normally think of fatigue being linked to things like iron deficiency, and sometimes vitamin B12, but actually a deficiency in vitamin D, which a large proportion of adults in the UK are likely to be deficient, can be linked to fatigue. So it's mood, fatigue, and also immunity as well. So we really want to ensure that our vitamin D is at a good level, and we have to supplement that because we're just not getting enough from the sunlight at the moment throughout the winter, which has just passed, but also because of the pandemic, we're spending so much more time inside, and we can't get vitamin D from the diet. It's D3 is the one that you're looking for.
I have been taking it every day since you recommended the 3 or 4 recommendations that you did a few months ago. So yeah, my B12 as well. Is that right?
Good.
It's
one of those vitamins that you are not very likely to see like a massive benefit from it, because it also has a positive role in bone health and strength and recovery from exercise and movement. So it's not something that you'll take and then go, ooh, I instantly feel better, but you have to trust that the evidence is there that over time it is benefiting you. And actually the long-term studies on population health shows us that those with adequate vitamin D are likely to have better moods, have stronger bones, long into their adult years.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Okay, colleagues, let's get energized.
No worries. So just a quick recap, we want to make sure we have regular meals and snacks throughout the day, stay hydrated, and you don't just have to drink water, mix it up a little bit, and also make sure you're taking your vitamin D.
Thank you so much, Kate. We will see you next week for the next video.
Bye-bye.
Bye.